I had the new dance moves. I would watch TV, and that's when Hammer was out. You know, I slide across the floor like I had grease on my shoes. That was what we were trying to do. We were trying to do what? Cultivate relationships. Some people went to college, married, trying to have a fresh start. But trying to have that stuff, we lost. Right here was where we suffered. And another thing that we did, we end up with this thing. They called it bad credit. Bad credit. And then we started thinking about this. I don't know if it was too late. I think it was too late for us to start thinking about a career. It was too late for us to think about a career. How many people are thinking about a career right now? Let me let you in on a secret. You watch television, and they target people right now in this age bracket, 26 to 30. All the commercials you see for going to school, for what? Go to school, start what? A new career, become a nurse. So 26 to 30 years old, become a nurse, do this. Do you know that the nursing industry, the only people they've taken for the good jobs, the great job, is Filipinos. They were taking the Filipinos. Huge. Now they taking the Chinese coming in. But what happened to the, because when I was growing up, the black ladies were going getting the nursing jobs and all that stuff. So what did they do? They implemented, you can't even have a criminal record, misdemeanor. Now they got it where you can't even have tickets. Can't have more than 6 tickets, especially in the state of Georgia, to be a nurse. A RN, special RN. RNs make big money. But a career, become a security guard, police officer, all those things, these are the things that we dreamed of becoming when we were kids. But we lost out in this because we didn't have the right tools to practice. Because life is based on this. Life is based on training. Life is based on business. Life is based on estate planning. That's basically planning for your retirement. That's why you find people today are caught in a situation where somebody else is planning for them. I'm teaching you about planning for yourself. And how do you do that? Is because when you turn around, this is the thing you start looking for at this age. You start looking for insurance. Insurance is for what? You get older after 30, your health. Nowadays, when I turned 36, I ended up finding out I was a diabetic. Like, whoa. Now I got to be concerned about having my insurance. Having health insurance causes people to go get put on subsidized income because they don't have the means, and health care is a big issue in this country. So if you don't have health care, how can you take your kids to get treated? We all have certain things as we get older. How could you, so when you look at this is kind of boring as far as the life is like, man, I did all this work, I went to college, I did this, and now I end up making mistakes, keep making mistakes, bad credit, now I got to start a new career over, now I need insurance. How much money are you expected to make in your lifetime? How much money do you need to live on? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about how much money you want to make at the beginning of January? You say, well, I want to make this amount of money this year. If you never thought about that, that's because you have not planned. Because if we are going to worship God and say, and we don't plan, then how could we turn around and say, God, give me this, bless me? And God is saying, you ain't planned. I'm doing all I can for you. I'm opening doors for you, but you're not taking advantage of the opportunities because you're still caught. Sometimes people are caught in this situation. They're caught because they never did what? Take X out and take care of the problem. Figure out how to take care of business. And then we get to the point, we get to this one, where we turn 31. This is 31. Oh, this is the sweet one. 31 to 40. We're looking for what? We're looking for job security now. Looking for a job. Looking for job security. You know, at that age, most of the time, you know, what are we trying to do? The second start. Gain things back. We're trying to gain things. You know, I need the car. This is the kind of car I need. I need this. I need that. But how many people are stuck here? You know, we had our trials and tribulations here, and then we were 30 to, when we were 26 to 30, you know, we drunk a little. I remember I used to be on the baby bottle, you know, the 40 ounce. I used to drink the baby bottle. I got off the baby bottle when I turned 26. You know, I just can't drink that anymore. I didn't like beer, so you know, I upgraded to the margarita. I've been stuck on the margarita. The Lord's still working with me. You know, so, and it's like, now, all those things that you did, now you're trying to fix everything. But you find yourself caught in a trap because the opportunity that you have is not available to you anymore, especially the black community. It's not available to us anymore. Which we walk into a room, we're labeled because of our skin complexion. So nobody's going to really give us an opportunity. We have to create those opportunities ourselves. And then the people that have already made it, sometimes I don't watch basketball, I don't watch football anymore, I don't watch none of that stuff because I look at that stuff as a modern day plantation. That's what it is. Those guys play basketball, shoot, and do all this stuff, run, whatever. And they don't even own the jerseys. They can't sit down and talk to certain individuals because they represent the NFL or the NBA. So they're controlled. If you're not a free man. I don't care how much money you give. They give certain money to certain celebrities and all that stuff as far as African Americans to basically keep us in place. Well, Jay-Z got $30 million. Well, that's Jay-Z. Have you ever thought that you can have $30 million? You know, but what has he done to deserve that? You know, people, do you know when you start a nonprofit organizations are only, as long as they have 33% of their income donated, you can become a nonprofit organization. They are only obligated to give 6 to 7%, 6 to 10% of their money away. That's it. They don't have to get nothing else because all the money can go to administration, to go to fees and salaries and stuff like that. So the people that you're giving to your nonprofit organization, as long as they give a little money away, they okay. You know? So they pocketing most of the money. Just like they had Bill Clinton and George Bush for Haiti. Oh, everybody, give money to Haiti, give money to Haiti. And churches and people, they were doing stuff, giving money away. And why would you have the former president, 2 former presidents, collecting money? George Bush don't send the money directly to them. See, they didn't have to give all the money that they get. They would put it in their pocket. They were actually putting it in their pocket, and they were only obligated to give 6 to 10% of that money away. But people don't know that. The people that are rich, the people that's high up, that has a plan and educated, they know. They know the game because it is a game. And Haiti, and a lot of churches giving money to Haiti, Haiti has raised so much voodoo and all kinds. That's God was judging them. We missed that. A lot of churches missed that. You know, they had witch doctors and stuff like that. I talked to this lady a few months ago, earlier this year, And she had went to Africa. She was like, yeah, I had an experience when I was in Africa. Went to church. And in Africa, if you haven't been to a church in Africa, and I've been, they service, worship lasts like 2 hours. I mean, they sweating. And then after the 2 hours, the people are worn out. And then they bring all the people that are demon possessed comes up front. And that's when they be casting out demons. And it's amazing. Some people be like super strong. It's crazy. Because with us in America, we don't understand that we practice voodoo every day. Anytime you trying to control somebody else to get them to do something for you, or trying to control them, that's voodoo. That's what they practice there, but they do it in public. So when they have the voodoo doll, or when they casting spells on you, they're trying to control you. Last year, I had problems with my feet, neuropathy, the diabetes, and I couldn't walk. And my mom, she said, son, part of that is spiritual. And I was like, nah, she out of her mind. You know, mom always getting spiritual. And so she said to me, she said, come here. And she did some water and some olive oil and stuff like that, and grabbed the Bible and just doing my leg. And as she started doing my leg, the thing was on my leg. It was about big, about this size. It was going up and down. It was going up and down my leg. Every time she rose, she said, you see it? And I said, she said, that's a demon. It was like, what? I was like, what is that? And she started speaking in tongues. And then that thing, it jumped and went right into the wall. And that day, I couldn't walk. I was on crutches. I was using my brother's crutches. And after she did that, I was walking just like normal. And I found out as a lady in San Diego that I had sent to Ghana. She had a witch doctor make a voodoo doll of me. The lady that I usually do my, if you ever seen me, the lady that interviews me when I come on television, Dee Sanford, said she seen the voodoo doll of me on the lady's living room table. So it was true. She had hired a witch doctor because I refused to send her to Ghana with a bunch of kids. And I said, only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pay for you, but I'm not paying for chaperones. I'm not paying for 8 different kids. And so that's how she retaliated against me. And it's real. It's real. I had a girlfriend, and God had said to me, he said, get rid of her. Nice, she liked me and everything. God said, just get rid of her. And I got rid of her. And my son said, oh, she was pretty. Why you get rid of her? I said, I didn't like the way she was staring at me. And she was in the reggae, that reggae stuff, and she was actually practicing becoming a witch or whatever they call them, whatever they do, And that's what she was doing. It was like, sometimes God wants you to understand his plan, because all the dreams and desires that he put in you, sometimes people can prevent you from getting your blessing. You have to watch who you're with and who you're around. And then this is one of the funny things, is that we like this. It's like, sometimes we sit around and we think about what happened. Excuse my writing. What happened? We're 31, 40 years old, and you're sitting around, and you're like, oh, my God, what happened? Life just went by. You went through your troubles. You went through your struggles. You actually facing a thing of divorce. The love that you had, that relationship that you was practicing on, didn't work. Now you're heartbroken. Will anybody ever love me? Will anybody ever? Now we go through them. Because we're living in fear. If you live in love, you say, okay, guess what? That person wasn't right for me, because God has what? A plan for me. He brought Adam, Eve. Yes. He brought Adam Eve. Did you know that Eve, she ate the whole apple? She did. She ate the whole apple. And what did Adam do? He just took a bite of one apple. But Eve did what? The Bible says that for that, God did what? Since you changed your plan and you went against my plan, I have a plan for you. And he put them in a situation what's the first thing that God told Adam? What's the first thing God told Adam? He said, where are you? What happened? What happened to us? That's where we are. We at that stage when we're here. What happened? We don't even know where we are. We're looking at traveling, moving to... How many people thought about moving out of Cleveland? But where are you going to go? Have you planned where you going to... What's the next step? I go find a job, or I have a relative or a friend. See, God has placed every man where they should be, or woman, based on the borders. You read the 927 in the book of Acts. God has placed everybody where we should be, made everybody from one blood. You are in the place where you need to be right now because what? God has a plan for you. If you have been pressed to leave and haven't left, and God has been giving you the open door to leave and you haven't left, it's because you have failed to plan. We ask for God to do, God can open the door for us, but we are the ones that's supposed to do what? Provide the action. You got to do something. You've got to do something. And then as far as going through a divorce, those things are heartbreaking. It's just like a death. And then at this time, this is where we're starting to look, say, oh man, I'm about to turn 40. And go from 40, go to 40, 41 to 55. Now things start to change. Guess what? Your health is not as great. Things is not as great as they used to be. I used to have clients that come to me. They've been school teachers, been attorneys, different stuff, and they have messed up. And they said, Dr. Hutch, how am I going to put my life back together? How am I going to do this? My kids. So God has blessed me with a gift